Okay, so 2 days ago, this Friday actually, I was on my way to some of our legend in the industry son's wedding.
Yeah.
I left Lekki to Ikorodu. I'm a very careful driver, and sometimes I decided to drive myself because of some reckless drivers. I don't want no driver to put me into any problem. So I love to take charge most of the time. I prefer to drive myself than driver driving me because I can be sure of what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And that was what happened on Friday. Immediately I descended the Mile 12 bridge. You know, I kept the last right lane because I just feel like for me, you couldn't even recognize which one is BRT. I know that one has been on my head already because anytime I move along that axis, honestly,
very careful.
You need to be very careful. It can be so tricky. Yeah. So because I know it can be so tricky, even if you give me money, you invited me to come on movie location in Ikorodu, just because of that alone, I refuse script. I stopped working in Ikorodu because there are so many lines there that you might just not know which one is BRT. Yeah. So for me, the best thing is to just not go towards that area. So it's the area that I don't go towards. So this particular Friday, I was keeping my right hand lane. Every time I just don't want to enter the main road. I prefer to be in the traffic. And exactly what happened that day. So I realized that they were armed men, more than like 15 guys. Yeah. Fully armed with all these guns and all that. There were so many, and they cited. That is what I feel happened. They will look at one or two vehicles. If you are not up to, if the car is not really a kind of big car, it will slide. So the minute they cited my car, it's a white vehicle, and they're like, so I don't know what is going on, and all of them came in front of me, all of them. And other people kept moving, and they were even passing everybody. So I got confused. I'm like, hello, sir, hello. What? I was trying to inquire what he said. They were like, oh, you just crossed the BRT lane. I said, no, I'm in the far right of the road. Yeah. And the only thing I know that I've done is overtake a particular lorry. So immediately I crossed to this side. And it was like, you have violated it, and that is it. So can you come down of your car? And at that point, I'm like, calm down. Ow, why? Calm down. Madam, calm down. Calm down. They started yelling. Immediately, my underage guy was like this, because she saw the gun and everything. And I pointed their attention to her. I said, excuse me, officer. This is a young girl. She's panicked. Yeah. She's like, come down your car. Come down.
Let's go on internet. Everyone is here now. This is my 14-year-old girl. You cannot be arresting me.
And at that point, I'm like, what happened? What did I do? I've done nothing wrong. Sir, I've done nothing wrong. Ma, I was just trying to. Then before I know it, this guy entered my car and recklessly drive away that little girl. Yes, with my daughter in it.
They left you on
that spot, and it was raining badly.
So suddenly he got into the car and just drove off with me in it, and I was so scared because I don't know who this man is. And even though he's a police officer, he just drove away with me inside. Without even telling my mom, he just drove away while my mom was talking to other police officers.
It was raining that.
They didn't tell you where they were taking your daughter.
I didn't know. I was even like, they were recording me. And I'm like, why are you recording? He said, because we could have it. I said, fine. Oh, can I record as well? So I pick up my phone. I said, let me record as well. Let me record the spot. Let me record everything so that at least in the future, we can check, we can preview what we have so we know. So basically, that was just it. And before I know it, this guy just entered the car and recklessly, he was like, brr, 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 brr. Oh. Then I was looking at it, I was dumbfounded. I couldn't even, I was just like, what's going on? It was like a movie, like what's going on? So I tried to calm down to actually understand what was going on. So I'm like,
just hold on. I know that your emotion is stepping it now. So at that point when they drove off, you said they didn't tell you where they were taking your child.
They did not tell me.
They didn't tell you where they were taking your car.
And I don't know why he would even drive my car. When he was asking me to calm down, that was when I was confused. I'm like, even if you were asked to find anybody on BRT lane, you just have to give me you just have to tell me you are fine.
He should have sat in the car, but you would have driven your car.
But he asked me to calm down. He's in the video. Thank God he's in. He said, madam, can you calm down? I said, calm down. And I was even telling her, please, can you put down the gun, the girl? And they were like, calm down. And I was scared. I kept, because I said, what have I done? I said, is it not the same lane people are passing?
So how did you eventually now get to retrieve your car? Or have you retrieved the car?
Yes. But this is what happened.
Where did you see them?
They drove off the girl. I was just looking at them like this. I was looking at the car was going. I looked at the rest of them. They're not telling me anything. I was in the rain. It was raining badly. Everything I'm putting on everything is wet. I'm like, okay, what will I do now? So the next thing, I spotted a shop. I quickly ran into that shop. So they were like, oh, come in. So I don't know. I didn't have no money on me. I don't have my phone. I don't have nothing. Everything was in the car. So I said, so the only number I know of is my PA's number that was actually waiting for me already. So I said, can you call? I quickly called that number. Can you call 080 so. So I told her, I said, this is happening. Where exactly are you? Because I needed to get a private vehicle so that we can look for them. So I went there. I was able to talk to police officers. 4 police officers came back with me, and obviously they will not have an idea. So so they were telling me, oh, let's check here, let's check there, let's check 1 or 2 or 3
apparently even amongst them, they didn't know where
they didn't tell. No, those officers didn't tell me. I came with other police officers.
Oh.
Yeah, I went and came with other police officers so that they could tell me. So on getting there, so we were looking for them. So on getting there, the girl has been crying. She has been so scared. She was traumatized. She was like, where's my mom? Where are you taking me to? What are you doing? And the guy was ignoring this girl. If this guy want to say anything, you shout on the girl, shut up and all that. A bunch of nonsense that was happening.
Now, take us through. Were you given any document to say that you're fined for something?
Okay, so when I got there, apparently they played the footage among themselves. They played the footage of the video among themselves, and they decided that, you know what, we're going to deal with this lady. So when I got there, they were actually removing people's ATM, reducing 70K from their account, and giving them back their keys. And they told me that your car will not leave here. You have to go to court on Monday. I said, okay, fine, I'm cool by going to court, but my vehicle cannot sleep here. I have a minor here. I have to go home. I live all the way in Lekki towards VGC. So how can I live without my car and all that? So the police officer that came with me, they tried to persuade them. They were like nonchalant until one woman came. And that woman, I think she was working with them. And the woman kept saying a whole lot. And she was lying against me. She was saying all sorts of
she wasn't there originally.
She was not there. She kept saying, also, you celebrity. Oh, this is what you do. You just got an appointment and you're supposed to be a stakeholder. Why you? So at that point, I realized this is a game plan. Okay, these people are trying to rob me. Right. So I had to calm down in order to take my vehicle out of that place. And the girl was still in the car, shaking. She didn't take anything since morning.
Now, so, when eventually we now hear from the PR person for Lagos State Police Command that you contravened traffic laws, that you drove in BRT, have they reached out to you officially, or you're also reading it on digital media?
He is a disappointment to Nigerians. Because you don't want to tell me that, you can't tell me that he has not been getting feedback from that area. A lot of people have been robbed by this man. A lot of stories, testimonies. People are crying. People are like, oh my God, this has happened. Do you know how many calls I've gotten? Do you know a lot of people that are coming forth with their stories? There was a case of a pregnant woman that was heavily pregnant and was pleading and begging that, please, I have not eaten. I am pregnant. You can see me. They delay this woman and they make sure that's 70,000 naira. They must collect it, no matter the condition. Even if one is going sick, but that particular thing is like them setting a trap for anybody.
But let me also get this straight. So when you eventually left with your car, did they tell you?
I paid before. I paid before leaving. They asked me. I wanted to do transfer.
Were you given a receipt for that?
Yes, the receipt is even online as we speak. Yes, I paid 70,000 naira. I paid. They will not add. Okay, which account is that money going to? Which account? So I paid 70,000 naira before they could release the vehicle for me. And I thank God They recorded the scenario. I recorded as well. So we should bring it out. So the Mr. Ordain that was talking, has he seen the footages? Obviously not. If you're asking, if anybody ask Mr. Ordain or something, what's his name?
Benjamin Hundein.
Mr. Benjamin Hundein. Can you truly say to Nigerians that you have watched, seen, and interrogate this story before you put out your reports?
All right, based on what she said, we're also extending an invitation to the Lagos State Police Command, possibly Supo Benjamin Hundein, to come to the studios, and let's also hear from you.
Yeah, the fact that I can relate to this makes it more very scary. Like, the thing is, the police or guys should not just rely on the reports that these guys are giving. It can be very scary the way they handle people. They handle people like rogues on the road. And I don't know her conduct, because she was actually shouting in her own video too. I don't know whether she was rude to them. And I don't think it's right by any law to drive away her car with her daughter inside. When the daughter was asked what happened, this is what she said.
So suddenly he got into the car and just drove off with me in it, and I was so scared because I don't know who this man is. And even though he's a police officer, he just drove away with me inside without even telling my mom. He just drove away while my mom was talking to other police officers. So I was scared, and I was asking him to please stop the car, that I don't know him, I don't know where I'm going. And he just ignored me. He didn't even answer me. And then we got somewhere. I knew it was a police station because of the way it looked, but I didn't know where the police station was. And most of my mom's phones were in the car, so I couldn't contact her at all. Like, she had to borrow someone's phone to call me. And then I was just waiting there. I was sitting there for hours. I was tired. I hadn't eaten and stuff like that. So it was just terrible. And even when I was trying to ask where I was, the police officer was just ignoring me, like acting like I wasn't even there. So that's basically what happened from my side.
I think it is only proper for the police PRO to do proper investigation before making the kind of report he gave the general public, because the report obviously is supporting the officers out there. I don't think that report really shed enough light on what happened, because it was just as if Laide Bakare is lying, and there was no line of apology on driving away with her daughter forcefully, because it's scary now. You just carry my daughter, you carry her and go like that. May God help us in this country so that we, the citizens, and the lawmaker, law enforcers, and everybody will know what is right and do what is right, because at this point, we are all at fault. All of us are at fault. If you pass BRT lane, no matter who you are at fault. The people that try to enforce the law like wrongly, they are at fault. And a lot of things are happening in this country that is not just right. And we are all at fault. So pray God will help us so that we know what is right and do what is right. Thank you for watching this video. This is my take. Let me know your take in the comment section.